So as we know, this is AssistAI and this is Team 11.
My name is Aaron Gill, and I'll be introducing the wearable development and integration aspect of the AssistAI Hoop. So when it comes to the wearable technology, our Apple Watch application is going just fine, as we've already been able to implement features such as a player verification system, as well as a seamless connection protocol with the AssistAI Hoop. We have additional metrics such as real-time tracking for heart rate, steps, and shot metrics, and it's all user-friendly and easy to use for the average consumer. Additionally, we have made sure to include this as a free-to-use application model, and it's used as a stable foundation for further advanced metric integration, which will be included in the future.
So I've been working mostly on the media presentations. I did the video production and editing of the last video, which got really good reviews from our professor. And that, there was a lot of different features. I'm not a video editor at all, so it was very interesting and a very educational process to be able to get it together. As well as I've been working on the further development of the case, since now we have one of the final iteration of what our product is going to look like. I've done kind of like a mock-up here of what the case should have. We of course want to have a camera mount and have it incorporated into the actual case, as well as having a tripod mount, so that we could have the device be either posted on the side of the court with a clear visual of the hoop, or right in the middle of the court if it's just a half court game. We also have to be making sure that we have ventilation so that all the processing doesn't make the device explode. I'm as well making sure that we're keeping it with weather resistant materials. We're using PETG for that, so it could be sun and some waterproofing. And we still want to keep the brand identity on it. This is kind of what I'm thinking, either this or just incorporating the actual logo on it, just to make sure that it's a recognizable product.
Yeah, so I'm working on the tracking section with YOLO V8. It's an object detection software. It tracks the ball and the hoop depending on how you train the system itself. So training the system involves getting various pictures from different angles and highlighting the sections you want the software to understand. So there's an issue of overfitting it. If you put too many images, then it'll think you only want one thing and not the other, and then you can underfit. This is where I've gotten it so far.
And let me
So what do you mean by if you put too many images?
If you put too many images, it overfits in a sense of if you put too many rim, it'll only focus on the rim and not the actual ball. So you have to keep it balanced to where you put the same amount on both, so it knows you want both, not just one.
So I've been working on our data visualization. We're going with Gecko Bard for our user interface. Basically, I'm using a service called Integromat to link the output from our Raspberry Pi into a Google spreadsheet, so we can organize our data there. And we can send different outputs from the camera and the wearable into different cells in Google, so we can make calculations, kind of like players' accuracy, the number of foul shots taken, number of missed balls in a game or something like that. And moving on from there, so we will have to be getting some more research about using Apple's API with this service. But right now it's all set to go with a camera sensor.
All right. I worked on project documentation and assignment management, and as well website technical writing and planning. I created a system architecture diagram per your request of the hardware components and the data and power connections, and I put that on the next slide. I made it with Microsoft Visio, and I drew connections with them and labeled the connections.
Okay.
So this is it. So it shows our 45-watt USB-C power supply going to our Raspberry Pi 5, around Raspberry Pi 5 is powered by the YOLO V8 Ultralytics algorithm. That's the algorithm we're using.
Okay.
And so our Apple Watch, which has the built-in health features, it connects via API and sends data to the system. And the Logitech camera, this is the C270 one that we had, it connects via USB and sends data. We also have, here's the case that Obailu showed. It's at the top. And so so this data is processed through this Raspberry Pi 5, and it sends the processed data to the AssistAI app, which Aaron built on the Apple Watch. And it also sends processed data to the AssistAI website, which will be on WordPress. And these two are going to share. So the steps, the movement, the movement data is going to connect to the WordPress, and the WordPress information should be able to be easily be displayed on the app as well. So that's why they. So the next part is so we researched and evaluated data visualization platforms, and we'll continue doing that. I understood your point about the third party versus the quicker one party thing that we created. And so I'm also creating a technical specification list for component integration based off our, I'm using our architecture diagram to create that, and I'll present that at our next individual contributions meeting.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. So, if you don't have, anything to present, I think you have enough feedback, right?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
good.
And,
We have a lot to work with.
but the problem is, you don't have enough time. But make sure, make sure that the thing is that, right? So, if people tell, right, so you are a bad person, you will feel bad, right?
Right.
So even me, I feel very bad, right? So for example, if I have some work, it has I have some limitations, right? When people show you, hey, you have these limitations, right?
Yeah.
So then I feel very bad. Okay, it varies from person to person. Okay, but I feel very bad. I take it very personally.
That's
But
okay. It gives us a different way
so
to see
that's
stuff.
why that's why I myself I say that, hey, I have this idea. Okay. And this idea is very good because of these A, B, and C, and D reasons, okay? Because of these 4 or 5 reasons. But this solution has some limitations, okay? So what are those limitations? Limitations 1, limitations 2, and limitations 3. So I mentioned that, okay, I have developed this system. It has these 3 or 2, limitations. And I also tell people that, okay, if most probably I can do this, then most probably, we can resolve these limitations, or we can minimize the consequences of these limitations. Okay, so that's why people don't hurt you, because I already, accepted that, okay, this has some limitations. Okay, I have some limitations. Okay, so it makes me feel good, and also people appreciate these kind of things, right? So if you have some limitations in your work, right? So if you say that, okay, because you are relying on third party, applications, right? So and then if you claim that it doesn't have any time lag, right? Then people will say, wow, how is possible? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr.
Okay.
Rahman.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.